All right, welcome back to another amazing episode of AI Data Mastery. I'm excited here today with Tom Capone. First and foremost, I want to thank our couple sponsors, Data Accelerator and Evolve with AI. We appreciate you sponsoring the show. I'm your host, Jason Renno. And today I have with me a wonderful guest. We have Tom Capone, CEO of Lens, and I'm going to spell this out because it's this way the website is. It's L3NS.ai. And basically, it's creating an AI product marketer that plans, launches, optimizes campaigns across ads, content, email, influencers, SEO, and even a community. All automatically. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And I'm going to stop there because I don't want to misrepresent the product, and I want Tom to explain it because during the pre-show it was pretty amazing. So, without further ado, Tom, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jason. Yeah,
Uh, yeah, no, it's going to be a great episode. So diving right in here, let's just go like straight to the jugular, so to speak. I mean, during the pre-show, you were talking about the problem you were solving or why you created this business. I mean, let's just start there, and we can, from there, I'm sure you can explain everything about the business.
yeah, sure. So, there's one main reason is I founded a marketing agency around 5 years ago, and that's kind of where everything stemmed from. And over the last 5 years, I've gradually, obviously, become more AI integrated, and we've evolved to basically integrate AI into all of our marketing channels. We worked with like over 200 brands, including L'Oreal, Uber, TripAdvisor, Huawei, and lots of other brands. And we were basically running ad campaigns, influencer campaigns, everything that Lens AI does today, um, basically with AI agents. And so it all started there because um, the first thing we really encountered was that a lot of founders were were coming to us and they were basically saying, "Is there a service on the market which is at a fraction of the cost, but the same exact service that you deliver to these medium to big brands?" Like that's basically the kind of the real story behind why we decided to pivot into this. And the reality was there wasn't a tool. We searched everywhere, and there's no software that could serve these founders from A to Z, right? From like strategy creation all the way to actual execution of these campaigns. And so that was basically the reason why we decided to take all of this IP we built up over 5 years, over 200 brands with our agency partner network, thousands of campaigns ranging from 2x, 50x return on investment. And we decided to take all that data, the cash flow we had from the agency, and pivot into Lens AI. And so it's been just under a year, I think, that we started building the software. And I think it's been an incredible move for us pivoting here because we've learned so much around uh, the specifics of the problems that founders have. But more importantly, I think we're at a space and time where, like, basically you've got companies like Lovable building like AI software engineers to allow you to build, softwares in one click. And I think ultimately, if we want to lower the barrier of people getting into entrepreneurship, you actually need a way for these people not just to build products, with one button, but also to distribute them and actually build companies, right? Because ultimately, the main differentiator between a product and a company is distribution. You need to have users, you need to have online sales for your products, and so that's where Lens AI fits in. And we're just trying to make it as multimodal as possible, so that any product on the planet can go from 0 to 1 million users. So that's the mission here.
Gotcha. Interesting. So you're, I mean, to sum it up as simple as possible, your focus is on the distribution of the product, an
Exactly.
AI service for the distribution of the product. So, I mean, because you hear about all these other tools that, AI will automate this, AI will automate this, AI is going to automate everything, but there's still some level of execution on the human being, on the actual the founder, whoever's trying to distribute the product, let's just say. So what does Lens like actually replace? Is it replacing the content creation? Is it replacing the actual execution as well? Like everything from start to finish?
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of in the name, Lens AI, the AI product marketer. So that's kind of, we're replacing like the product marketer. For who might not be accustomed with what a product marketer does, is basically you're finding, um, you're leveraging online marketing tactics to generate revenue for a company, like from A to Z. So from getting someone to actually check out and pay for someone's product online or on their
Hmm.
website. And so, the biggest tactics which, we're aware of, at least having generated, over $50 million for like L'Oreal and all of these big brands, are ads, content, influencer, email, SEO, and community marketing. And so we've basically gone, and try to gather as much IP and knowledge around all of these different marketing tactics and verticals so that we can essentially automate every single step of what an ad specialist would do, an SEO specialist would do, and so on and so on. And so I think really the role of, um, a product marketer here is to not only, um, be very good at executing in these verticals, but ultimately like to strategize and tell you, hey, your brand, your product will actually get from 0 to 1,000 users, or from 10,000 to 100,000 users, leveraging this one or these two tactics and splitting the budget accordingly. And so this is basically what Lens does: is you're able to talk for less than 5 minutes, with literally a voice agent, and he finds out everything about your product, your brand, your revenue slash user milestones, timelines, and budget. And then he tells you, this is how you're going to get to your target. And he draws up a strategy. And then you can convert that strategy in basically a set of tasks which you just spend tokens on. So that's the cool aspect of things, is that it's not just strategy and it's not just execution. It's kind of, it's a full stack product marketer that, deals with the strategy part and then actually executes and optimizes until you get to your goal.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I wanted to make sure that you clarified and that we wanted to get to, because that's really the key part. It's not just, hey, here's a bunch of great content, here's the strategy, and then you have to go set up ads, or you have to go set up an email campaign, or you have to go do anything, right? And then you have to go execute as a
Yeah.
founder or somebody looking to promote the brand. Lens takes care of that by not just coming up with strategy and content and everything, but then it actually puts it to work and executes, which is frankly a huge step. And then, to take it a step further, it's going to not just execute, but then it's going to quickly optimize as well. If I'm not correct, right? So it's not just set it and forget it, but it's optimizing towards that end conversion, because that's the end result, and it will optimize, correct, adjust copy, adjust content. And people freaking out, wanting to make adjustments after 24 hours, and all kinds of stuff, can really obviously mess up a campaign, correct? Yeah, exactly. They need to go, hunt with that sniper rifle for that conversion, not take the spray and pray approach. Like you said, they can't, they need to generate revenue, not, brand awareness, especially in the beginning. Um, Wonderful. What else? What do you see as, I mean, what do you see as the biggest problem from your customers? Like when you come in, what do you see? What is typically the number one thing that you see they're doing wrong up front that you're able to help them with? I was going to say, so if the company doesn't have the data, you still have, or Lens still has historical data to base educated decisions off of. So that even a business going new into a particular channel or new just period still is able to utilize all the historical data, and that, as you refer to, that IP, that intellectual property that they're able to leverage by using Lens. Well, yeah, in a perfect world, it's some sort of blend of both, right? So, and then as far as the testing and making decisions and like as a, you know, somebody who's like controlling a budget or looking after budgets and things of that nature, where does where does AI come in? Where I guess where does AI decisions and optimizations come in, and then where do you still look for that human interaction to ask for a permission or a decision to be made? Well, it takes the emotion out of it. Very cool. And then in terms of, I mean, when you say platforms, I mean, are we talking like Meta ads, TikTok ads? I mean, or pretty much anywhere that ads can be ran, it's it's going to find the best platforms, or does the founders pick those platforms? Yeah, prompting, refining, all that stuff. Interesting. And then you mentioned tokens. So that's where a business can then come in and set their budget. So they can say, hey, we want to spend is X amount of $1,000, 10,000, $1 million, whatever it is. And they can set their budget. And then those tokens have obviously a correlation to a dollar value. And then they can spend accordingly from there on a weekly or monthly basis. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. So it does, and that's where that obviously a little bit of that 10% comes in when when you say it does 90%. But so you go into Meta, or the business owner would go into Meta, set their ad budget there, or TikTok or Google or wherever the ad is, and then the AI agents take everything over from there, or Lens takes everything over from there. So as part of the ad strategy, if I say, hey, I have this product, I have a pair of sunglasses, I want to sell 10,000 of them a month, then they will then back out a strategy where it says, hey, you need to put, you know, 5,000 here, 10,000 here, and give you that ad strategy budget, set it all up for you. You just go in and put your payment information, and then it runs it. There might be a slightly more to it, but that's the gist of it. Yeah, do whatever you want, frankly. That's cool. Is there any, in terms of purchasing tokens and starting to work with you, is there any minimum investment, or how does the pricing work with Lens? That's pretty cool. So anybody listening to this episode, now would be the time to get in, start engaging. If this is if you have a product, or even, I guess, if you've even thought about launching a product, like you said, you could even help them test, and now would be the time to start engaging, especially at those steeply discounted prices. Plus, just, I mean, go to the website and check it out, listen to the video, and things of that nature. Now, shoot, I was just going to ask you another question, and I wasn't one of the ones I had written down or anything. um, so I guess I mean, let's be honest, then where do you see this going, with, as far as like marketing agencies or freelancers or internal teams? Is this something that you're looking to work with marketing agencies on and incorporate with them? You know, white label it, or is your business strictly focused going directly to the brand and the products themselves? Yeah, because within your larger companies, you're going to have somebody that if that larger company is using Lens, there has to still be somebody that knows that has that knowledge of AI, can manage, understand that are you driving the conversion? Is there an ROI here? Is it worth it, or is there, other better options, so to speak? But then from a like an agency, consultant, freelancer aspect, there's millions of businesses out there that have like no idea and frankly don't might not want to learn. You have a founder or somebody that like, look, I just want to focus on my product. You just manage all of this, and they don't necessarily want to know, need to know, or care to know, but they still are willing to pay somebody to do this all or consult with them, show them how to set it up. And so I think there's a lot of opportunities from that, in that space as well. Exactly, exactly. Um, what did I miss? What have we missed about Lens? What else can you think about that you'd want to make sure people know? Yeah, and I mean, obviously, there's still some risk involved. You're not, Lens isn't free, running ads isn't free, that type of stuff. But I think it just significantly minimizes the risk and minimizes the failure rate, basically. Absolutely. I knew what I was going to ask you. As far as products go, if somebody listening to the show, let's just say they're in the B2B business, they have, just they distribute plumbing parts or HVAC parts to other businesses, to other contractors. would Lens be something that would be able to help them get in touch with more contractors and sell more products or parts, or is it strictly a B2C product launch? Okay, I'm glad. You know what? My apology. I did. I'm glad I asked the question, but I forgot you did mention that in the pre-show. So that's super important because a lot of those B2B businesses, it's more start a relationship and build a recurring order. But your lens is built to optimize for that initial checkout. Hmm. No, I agree, and it's and you know you can't be good at everything, right? It's like pick a lane and be good at be really good at something, which it sounds like is the path you're on. So that's perfect. Um, any well, I wow, geez, we're almost at 40 minutes. I didn't realize that. I guess to wrap things up, I oftentimes ask as a CEO founder, somebody who's obviously trying to build a business and build the best business possible, is there, I always used to ask about a book, but now I incorporate a podcast. But is there a particular book that stands out to you that a fellow CEO, founder, or leader would want to read, or podcast that you listen to on a regular basis that you grab value from? Yeah, no, those are a lot of good recommendations. That's so nobody's ever recommended autobiographies. I think that's a great suggestion, though. I've actually never thought of it by myself. But yeah, go find a company that you admire that you want to build your company like, and then go read about the founder and learn as much about the founder as possible. Especially, obviously, if you're the CEO or founder of your company, what do you have to do? Um, that that's phenomenal. It's been a really good episode. It went by way faster than I thought, just because I mean, really good stuff. It's amazing what's going on, what you've been able to build with Lens. I hope our audience goes over and checks it out. Anybody in that manufacturing product space, or just anybody that's like, hey, has a great idea about a product and thinks it can scale it, knows there's potential there, knows there's a market share that isn't being tapped into, now's the time. Go check out lens.ai. See, and it's just to clarify, it's L3NS.ai. So the three obviously represents the E in lens, just to be sure. We'll make sure it's in the show notes as well. But as we sign off here, Tom, any last minute remarks? I think we covered a lot, but anything as we sign off here? Yeah, I love it. And when you say stay tuned with AI tools, it's not so much like, hey, you don't have to be an AI engineer and know how to build everything in the back end and prompt everything out. Um, a business like yourself or like Lens is literally debunking all that, for lack of a better term, and making it so simple to build a brand, build a business, all with professionally top notch, best of the best in class type of AI agents from start to finish. Uh, Pretty remarkable. Well, I really appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, so we'll sign off here. Thank you everybody for listening. Don't forget L3NS.ai, lens.ai. Visit the website. Thank you so much for our sponsors, Data Accelerator and Evolve with AI. Uh, don't forget to like or subscribe wherever you're tuning in here, YouTube or the podcast channels, social media. We appreciate your time and stay tuned for next episode. Take care, everyone.